This is my oatmeal mix. And yes, this is a gallon jug. Somewhere along the way, breakfast stopped being breakfast and became a system. And the slightly ridiculous part, this isn't everything that goes into it. I didn't wake up one morning and decide that oatmeal needed to be this complicated. It happened gradually. I'd read about something that I wanted to add to my diet, realize it probably could work in oatmeal, and into the mix it went. Then came another thing, and another, and at some point, normal oatmeal had officially left the building. Some of the ingredients sound pretty normal. Oat bran, cinnamon, hemp hearts, cacao, protein powder, and then we wander into the part of my pantry that requires a little more explanation. There's beetroot powder, amla powder, fenugreek, natto powder, and psyllium husk powder. None of these showed up in my breakfast all at once. This is really the accumulated result of years of reading about nutrition, trying different things, and thinking, I could probably put that in my oatmeal. And apparently, oatmeal is very accommodating. But there's an obvious problem with all of this. I am not measuring 11 different ingredients every morning before work. That would last approximately 2 days before I gave up. So instead, I do the ridiculous part once. I make a giant batch, which is why I need the gallon jug. Then comes the highly scientific part. I shake it a lot. I turn it around and I shake it some more. And because a gallon of powdered breakfast is heavier than you might think, I choose to count this as strength training. Once everything is mixed together, the annoying part is finished. Each morning, I just weigh out one portion. One batch usually gives me around 12 to 14 bowls. So instead of dragging all of those packages out every morning, I only have to deal with them every couple of weeks. Now you might reasonably assume that I pour in some soy milk and breakfast is finished. Nope. Apparently, I am incapable of leaving well enough alone. In the morning, I add soy milk and ginger. Then there's black cumin. I keep the seeds whole and grind them when I use them. And yes, that is a pepper container. It works. Then I add blackstrap molasses, dried apple pieces, and of course, a banana. So my convenient breakfast does, admittedly, still have some accessories. But compared with measuring everything in the gallon jug every single morning, this part feels easy. When you see every ingredient sitting out individually, this looks like an absurd amount of work. And honestly, it kind of is. Once every couple weeks. But most mornings, it isn't. The dry ingredients are already mixed. I scoop out what I need, add the handful of things that don't belong in the jug, and breakfast pretty much runs on autopilot. That's the whole reason this strange little system works. Oh, and the oatmeal isn't actually my entire breakfast. I also eat vegetables, usually frozen vegetables, because I'm definitely not chopping vegetables at 5 in the morning. And this is what the whole thing looks like when it's finally done. My ridiculously specific oatmeal with vegetables on the side. It looks considerably less dramatic than the process that created it. Is this how I think everyone should eat oatmeal? Absolutely not. Would most people ever feel the need to keep their oatmeal in a gallon jug? Probably not. But over time, I figured out what works for me, put it into a system, and made the system easy enough that I'll actually keep doing it. So, if you've ever wondered, why would someone need a gallon jug just to make oatmeal? Now you know. And I'm curious, what's one food you make in a way that would probably seem completely ridiculous to everyone else?